What's going on, Patriots? Welcome to another night of hard-hitting truth and unwavering resolve. Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where we'll expose the rot, celebrate the Patriots, and defend the very source of our nation. Let's cut through the noise and get straight to the heart of the matter. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. Tonight we're working frantically on a familiar enemy, the Democrats, and their hunger for corruption. Seems like every week, another scandal, another backroom deal is exposed, another taxpayer-funded scheme is uncovered. Their corruption isn't a glitch in the system, it's the system. They've turned our government into their personal piggy banks, a toll for enriching themselves and their cronies, while the rest of us foot the bill. And while they're lining their pockets, they preach about equality and social justice. The hypocrisy is staggering. They talk about serving the people while they bleed us dry. They talk about transparency while they operate in the shadows. But we see through their lies. We see their corruption for what it is, a betrayal of public trust and a slap in the face to every hardworking American. But there's a glimmer of hope. Finally, we're seeing some long overdue consequences. Those woke colleges, those breeding grounds for radicalism and anti-American sentiment are starting to feel the heat. They're losing funding, they're facing scrutiny, and they're finally being held accountable for their indoctrination. They've been peddling far too long. And those illegal criminals, those who have violated our laws and endangered our communities, they are being deported. The rule of law is being restored and our borders are finally being secured. This isn't just about politics, folks. This is about restoring sanity to our society. This is about reclaiming our institutions from the clutches of the radical left. This is about demanding accountability, upholding the rule of law, and defending the principles that make America the greatest nation on earth. So tonight, we're celebrating the victories. We're exposing the corruption, and we're reaffirming our commitment to a nation where justice is blind, where our laws are enforced, and where the American people are not treated like fools. So buckle up, Patriots. We're in for a wild ride. Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where we speak for the forgotten men and women of America, where we defend the values that made this nation great, and where we refuse to be silenced. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, because the show begins now. Hi, everyone. What up, what up, what up, and what is going on tonight there? Hey, Shell, Sean, Maggot Chuck, Brother Sean. Man, what's happening, guys? Thank you. Look at that. That right there. It's cold in my studio today, guys, so I had to put this on. I was going to wear my Conservative Viewpoint, and I said, no, I like this one. I'm going to put this one on and wear this one today because it's a little chilly in here. How's everyone doing tonight? We've got Cloud Hub. We've got Facebook. We've got, wow, guess what? YouTube. And the past 3 shows, guys, have gotten copywritten. Oh, yeah, I got a copyright violation on these things. I had to cut out 15 seconds on one, 5 seconds on another. I can't remember what the other one was. But, yeah, but I'm still hanging in there on YouTube. It's a miracle. I'm lucky to see it happening. We got everybody in here. We got X in the house. What's happening, everybody, on X? And one and the only Wimpkin. And my Wimpkin warriors in there. WIMKIN. Hi, Vic, and get her right now. We got the best people in the house on Getter and Wimpkin. And Wimpkin, we're going to say hi to some Wimpkin folks tonight. Fixer, what's happening, man? I got to put my glasses on for this one. Some things I can see, some things I can't see. Lee, what up, Lee? Tammy, hi, Tammy. And William Brown, what's happening? Cecil, Pat, hi, Pat. Gab girl, what's happening, girl? Jerry, here we go. I like that one, Jerry. I saw that one just a little bit ago. All right, what else we got here? We got Cecil. I said hi to Cecil. We got Jerry. Jerry Kruger does podcast on. He usually comes on earlier, and I did get on for a little while, Jerry. and then I had to go help my wife with some stuff, so I had to get off. But I did get on today and watched a little bit of that. And Jeff, we got Jeff in the house. What's going on, Jeff? John T, what's going on, man? How's everyone doing tonight? Everybody, anyone new to this show, welcome. We're glad to have you. Don't forget to look down here. If you want to tune in to any one of the other sites that I stream to, they're all down in here. My ear itches. And YouTube is Country Conservative 1776. If you don't mind going over there, subscribe, like, do it all, whatever it is, wherever you're tuning in from. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, all the works, buddy. Help me out a little bit. Let's gain some more people to watch. You guys got to get in here. You got to join us in chat from wherever you're tuning in from. But we want you guys to join us on Wimpkin. We've got a great bunch of crew going on here. We're picking up in Getter, which I'm loving. And we want to pick up some more people. I get about 1,200 people a night on Getter. I'd like to get more people in there talking. And we got to get a kicking. Now we're getting Rumble. We got Rumble in here too. That's a little low on the total poll. We won't even go there. We got X. They're picking up a little bit. Not like I like. With 11,000 followers, you'd think I'd get a lot more people in here to watch. We'll work on them. We'll see what happens, guys. But if you want to join me on, I didn't put YouTube back up down here yet, but it is Country Conservative 1776. Look it up, find me, subscribe, do all that stuff, and we'll knock them out of the park. It'll just piss them off, so that's what I'm looking to do. Let's do it. We're going to see how many times I can get it. Vic's over at X. Vic's over at X. And now I want the people from X to say hi. I can see your stuff, guys. All you got to do is say hi. I can't see you unless you tell me hi. So just sit there and tell me hi and Getter and everywhere. Facebook, everywhere. You tell me hi, it pops up a number. I can go there. Then I can go and look. In groups on band, they probably wonder if I forgot. Yeah, that's true. I barely get to act, never make it to truth. Well, hell, just like Vic said the other day, I got banned for life from True Social. You believe that? But to find out, it was a glitch in their system. They thought I was a bot. I have been on Truth since it started 2 years ago. And all of a sudden now, me and Vic both got hit for being bots. That doesn't make no sense whatsoever. But they restored everything pretty quickly, so not a big deal. But another thing I want to mention, did you see, guys, today where if it's true or not, you know how the internet is. Colin, what's happening, Colin? Oh, shoot. Zuckerberg from Facebook was sitting there saying that he wants to wipe out everybody's friend list and make them start over again. It makes their page more relevant. If you guys heard that, let me know. Is it true? Is it not true? Excuse me. I'm not sure. But that was one of the articles that I was reading. I just read it through real quick, and that's what he supposedly said. But you know, if it was on the internet, it's got to be true, right? Yeah, okay. Guys, don't forget, here's the first shirt going up for giveaway. If you want your name in on the drawing, please hit me up at the conservative viewpoint at yahoo.com. Give me your name. I'll make it up. I'll put it in the hat because it's going to come out one of these days this week. So you better get your names in now, because if not, it's going in. Y'all can, if you don't like the shirt, you can tell me in chat or in email, I don't want the shirt. I might send you something else. Don't know what it would be. It'll be up to be a surprise. But if you want your name in, get it in. Get it in now, because we've only got 3 more days left this week. Just give me your name. Then if you win, if your name's drawn, I'll email you back, get your address, and I'll send you something out. No charge to you on me, just for watching the show. If you're not on watching the show and I draw your name, you get thrown off to the side. I draw another name till we get somebody that's in the house watching. That's the whole point of giving away stuff, guys. You got to be watching the show. They are Obama bros are Marxist assholes. Thank you for that, Sean, and you are absolutely right on that. But let's get busy, guys. We got a lot to go over tonight, guys. Let me make sure I told everybody hi here. John T, Jeff P. Yep. Got everybody up there. Yep. All right, here we go, guys. Got some articles to throw in. Remember, I threw this show together at the last minute. Hey, Faye. How's Faye doing tonight? Haven't seen you in a long time. Nice having you on. All right, remember, I threw this together real quick. So we're going to go through these articles. I've got some serious videos to play before we get to some fun stuff. So let's get busy, and I hope you guys enjoy. One big ass mistake, America Obama. And guess what, Sean? And don't crucify me for this, guys. I voted for Obama his first term. I'm sorry, I did. I was a demo rat. I was a demon rat. I'm sorry. It was a shame. It was a low point in my life. We're over that now. Let's get busy. Trump says on True Social, Ukraine-Russia war, that is Biden's war, not his. He's doing everything he can to stop this war. But all these Democrats want to sit there and they want to drag him through the mud about this war. This war would have never happened if Trump and the 2020 election was not rigged, and he would have been back in where he should have been. That war would have never happened. No wars going on now would have happened if Trump was in power back when he rightfully should have been. That's a fact. I don't give a shit what you liberals say. It is a fact. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going so we can get up some of these videos that I have for you. Before weaponizing Russia against Trump, Biden and other Democrats reaped lucrative benefits. This is why the stuff was going on. Listen up. From the Clinton Foundation to Hunter Biden's business dealings, prominent Democrat families appear to benefit from the Obama reset of relations with Russians, including oligarchs, investment banks, and energy giants. Oh, yeah. This is what, and we all know it. We all know they've been lining their pockets from foreign governments and our own taxpayer money. We don't need anybody to sit there and tell us what we already know. Yeah. Romney is no better either. You got that right, Sean. McCain, oh my God, McCain. That is crazy right there. Bush or Gore is like poison or hanging. Hence the title of my show tonight, because of the fact, Democrats' corruption rears its ugly face. Every day, a new exposure of these Democrats. And there's some Republicans thrown in there too. Don't get it wrong. But the majority of this is Democrats. This is why they're fighting every tooth and nail to return criminal murderers back to our country, which we'll get into. And they're fighting all the cuts that Trump is making. We're going to get into that thing here too. Everything from China to on. This is what is going on. I was angry when Romney lost. Looking back, we had no choice. Exactly. No choices at all, Sean. But this is what the Democrats are about, lining their pockets. And this is what they're pissed off about. And this is great. We got to keep it stopped. Not only that, White House asked Congress to trim $9 billion from the budget. It includes cuts to USAID and PBS. They can cut more and more every day. And because they can find the corruption every day in these things that people have made up in all these places. The hair. Not only that, you got the woke colleges still at it, still fighting the DEI stuff. Oh, yeah, we got Harvard University says it will not comply with Trump administration demands amid funding threats. They are getting ready to lose $2.2 billion in grants over the activism, which are allowing Hamas supporters, Gaza, everything. They are allowing this to happen. They're allowing the threats against Jews and everything. They're allowing this to happen, and they think that the government, our taxpayer money, should still be funding them. Oh, yeah. The federal government says it's freezing more than $2.2 billion in grants and $60 million in contract to Harvard University. So you're talking $62 million right there, or 62. Yes, $2 billion plus the $60 million. After the institution said it would defy Trump's administration demand to limit activism on campus. You know, the activism is one thing, or a protest is one thing, but when you're supporting terrorists and the death and destruction of Jews or anybody, that is not protesting. Your right to protest is great, civilly, and not threatening people like they're doing. And supporting terrorism, that shit don't happen. They need to be cut off totally, 100%. They think they can make it, let them go on their own. Not with our money. No. Let them do that on their own. This is a bunch of crap. And there's pissant elites. They can do and say what they want and get away with it. Right now, they're getting away with it because the Republicans need to get a set of cojones and put a stop to this stuff. We have not seen any arrest. People keep asking that on X and Twitter. They put those memes and stuff up and say, well, are you guys ready to see arrests? We've been waiting to see arrests for 4 years now, 4+ years, and nothing's happening. This is the state I live in, and I've had enough. F you, Governor Moore, Senator Van Hollen, also Brooks. I was angry. Yep. Raskin, oh, he's a piece of garbage, too. Let's see what we got here. Alan, I see Alan in there. What's going on, Alan? Make sure I don't want to miss anybody. So, guys, say hi. Say hi in chat so I can acknowledge you guys are here. All right, Trump. Here we go again. CBS, 60 Minutes attacks unlawful and illegal. Donald Trump bitterly attacked 60 Minutes, and he had every right to. Shortly after CBS News Magazine broadcast stories of Ukraine and Greenland Sunday, saying that the network is out of control and should pay a big price. They should lose their license. Agreed. There was election interference caused by the 60 Minutes, by editing all that footage and stuff. They should be gone. And any other ones like MSNBC, all of them, anyone that committed election interference, which they all did, needs to lose their license. I don't give a shit how much money they have. It should go. Almost every week, 60 Minutes mentions the name Trump because they have Trump derangement syndrome in a derogatory or defamatory way. But this weekend's broadcast tops them all. The president said on his True Social platform, he called the Federal Communications Commission chairman, Brendan Carr, to impose maximum fines and punishments for their unlawful and illegal behavior. And I agree with that exactly wholeheartedly. Do you guys agree with that? If they are part of a smear campaign illegally and causing election interference, you guys think they need to be shut down? Lose their license, pull their license, shut them down, take them off the air. Just like The View. The View needs to go because they spew hatred, they spew their lies every damn time you hear them. And I can't even stand looking at their face. I want to throw up. Every time you hear them or see their faces, I don't care if it's on, hi, Vic. I don't care if it's on the internet. If it's a still picture, I still can't stand the nastiness of them. We do all that stuff, and it goes crazy. But they can get away with slander and everything, and no problem. And problem is that Disney pays all their fines. Billions and billions of dollars they're paying them when they lose. I don't know how it's still on sale because they are I am not going to say the word, but they are worse than See You Next Tuesday, and they should not be on. And it's disgusting. And they're just backing them up by paying everything. Every time they lose a slander lawsuit or something, they pay it and leave them on the air. Idiots. All right. What do we got here? You guys remember when Rachel Moore got murdered the mother of 5, got murdered by an illegal criminal because of Joe Biden and the Democrat administration, right? Well, they finally found this guy guilty on all counts. Well, guess what now? We're going to pay for him to stay in prison. I don't think that's right. He should not be in here. If he's going to stay here, he needs to die in an electric chair or whatever. Take him to South Carolina where we got the firing squad again. Bring out the gauntlets and hangman's noose, something. They should not live. That poor woman's not living. Her kids don't have a mother. Eye for an eye. Let me tell you right now. Better not make me president because that's what's going to happen. All right, let's keep going here. What do we got? Here's one. It's a good one. I love this one. Before I read the article, I was kind of pissed off because here's what it reads. Judge greenlights DOJ's motion to drop gun case against Salvadorian accused MS-13 leader. Now, if you go with that just alone, it's like, what the hell are they doing? Right? Yeah. I said that too. But they're dropped the charges because if they don't and they charge him, they can get him, but he stays here. We pay for him. You drop the charges, the son bitch gets deported the hell out of our country. That's what we're talking about. Just like that dumbass Democrat, and I don't even have it. I might be on tomorrow's show. A dumbass Democrat said he's flying to El Salvador to try to get that guy that the Democrats want to keep saying was wrongfully deported, which he was not. He's going to get him back here and get him removed from El Salvador over here. The president of El Salvador already said, I'm not returning a murderer to the United States, our citizen of El Salvador. And this Democrat he's pushing for illegal criminals, but nobody's pushing for American people, our homeless, our people that are laying in the streets, dying in the streets from the fentanyl and everything coming across the southern border with these criminals. No Democrat, let me get that right, and Rhino Republicans, they don't fight for us. How can you not? You could just sit there and vote for that. Vote for somebody that does not fight for the American people. This is the corruption. This is proof that they are nothing but for themselves, period. There's so much of this that shows this. And I put it out there for these idiot liberals to sit there and try to deny the fact that the Democrats aren't a piss-ass, poor party that is against America. Totally. They do not want to make America great. You would not fight these laws and these rules and every bit of agenda that Trump's doing if you give 2 cares about America and the American people. We got too much mental illness going on here, guys. And you know we show it every day. Every night of the show, we show mental illness. Vic and Rebel Chicks, that she shows the mental illness and some of the child pedophile bullshit. That is mental illness, guys. You cannot look at a child and get aroused by a child. You can't. If you do, you're a pedophile, you've got a mental problem, and you need hung for it. Period. There's no way around it. Judge rules Trump administration cannot, get this, another pathetic judge, cannot end Biden's immigration program. Here we go with another judge thinking they can do what they want. Oh, yeah, believe it or not, a federal judge ruled Trump administration cannot end the Biden-era program that allowed migrants from 4 specific countries to enter the U.S. and work legally. More than 500,000 Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans were granted entrance into this country under the Biden administration humanitarian program. These are criminals, mental people that they emptied their prisons out for. And he gave them this. And it was totally illegal. He did not follow immigration laws. They are still in here illegally. There is no question. There is no questioning on this. It's a fact. They are here illegally, no matter what that moron, brain dead idiot Joe Biden did. They're still here illegally. He cannot just bypass the law, and it is a law for immigration. We have laws on the book. They just don't follow them, period. They are blackmailed and or compromised. Most definitely, Gabs. You are right there. Supposedly, Alan, Sleepy Joe was supposed to make on-air speech tonight. I can't remember where it was from. I saw a quick article on it, and he was making a speech. I don't know. I mean, it looked like man is Walking Dead actor. You know, he in a zombie and shit. So that's why they're giving us bread and circus. Yes, we got nothing but a circus with the Biden administration. Their brains are wired wrong and can't be fixed. It'll be fixed, all right, fixer. We know how to fix pedophiles. And in prison, those guys know how to fix pedophiles too, and rapists. But that's not good enough for them. All right, what else we got here? But yeah, this another judge thinks he can do what he wants and tell the executive branch of our government to do what they want. Why weren't they after Joe Biden when he was ignoring the Supreme Court and paying all this student loans off illegally after the Supreme Court, our highest court in the land, said no? And they said, kiss my ass, we're doing it anyway. And nobody did a damn thing. Think about who nominated 99% of all Congress. Yeah, Booker too. Good luck to them. Not exactly. Oh, yeah, I had something on Booker, and I think that's on tomorrow night's show, Sean. So I can't give that away. Damn it, I forgot to look it up. Oh, I didn't look over here. Johnny, 19 and no chat. Doesn't that suck? Hey, Texas John over in YouTube. Don't forget, Country Conservative, 1776 over in YouTube, guys. Help me out. Hit that subscribe button. That'll make YouTube mad. I get more subscribers. That'll make them mad. I love doing that stuff. All right, here we go. Let me get back to this stuff now. I don't know who this. Oh, yeah, I do. Democrat thug, they call him, Marcus Ellis, is panicking after his name pops up in the Crossfire Hurricane files and he deletes previous tweets. Oh, yeah. This guy has been working with Democrats, or for Democrats, I might say, and filing lawsuits to protect bloated voter rolls, to ban observers from drop boxes, and to block absentee voter witness requirements. Why would you do that if you were not planning on cheating in elections? They hired this moron to do this stuff, and now he's caught up in another scandal. How many scandals? I wish we would have kept track of these scandals that the Democrats have been in ever since Obama. And they wanted to sit there and say, Obama was scandal-free. Holy shit. What are they talking about? A scandal-free. Are you kidding me? Yes, Mark Ellis. He was a Democrat puppet doing everything that they wanted to do to try to help fix the elections. I didn't recognize the name, but they said, but before Ellis was working to destroy our election system in America, he was a principal actor in the likely criminal Crossfire Hurricane scandal to impeach Trump. This week, documents released by the FBI, Kash Patel, reveals that the ex-British spy, Christopher Steele, had been hired by the opposition research firm Fusion GPS to conduct his baseless anti-Trump research dossier, and Fusion GPS, in turn, had been hired by the Clintons in 2016 campaign by now ex-Perkins Coie lawyer Marcus Ellis. There you go. He was a lawyer, I guess, there. That's why that judge was stopping them from the Trump administration from removing all their security clearance and stuff. Makes sense now. Mark Ellis was the scoundrel behind the entire hoax that was focused on destroying the incoming president, which is Trump, which is our president now. So there you go, guys. That is who that Marcus Dweeb is. The last thing I got on my list for tonight is Trump is going to expedite permits for, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, NVIDIA, U.S. investment. This move will assist NVIDIA to its $500 billion U.S. investment. He said he took to social media Tuesday morning to say all necessary permits will be expedited and quickly delivered to help the tech giant conduct its investment. They are $500 billion to build AI supercomputers, plus the United States exclusively here in our country. Get it going. We got manufacturing coming back out our ears, guys, and that's what we want to see. We want to see our country do well, and that is what's going on. These Democrats are so used to not following the law, they can't handle it now. Exactly, Tammy, and that's why we need to start seeing some arrest. We need these people. It'll stop, or it'll, in any way, it'll slow down if somebody starts getting arrested. Supposedly, the Trump administration, and I got that on tomorrow, is sending referrals to the DOJ to get Letitia James. I know that's how I know you don't say her name, but that's what I call her. Letitia James, on address fraud or something like that. She has an address in Virginia, but being a DA in New York, something don't go kosher, but we'll have more of that on tomorrow. You won't want to miss tomorrow night's show, guys, because I'll be here. I'll be able to set up a little bit earlier, I think, if I get stuff going right, and none of my chickens die. I had one today that wouldn't move, but I petted it, and it wouldn't move. Usually it runs away from me, but I picked the thing up and squat, and I put it down, and it was running around. So I don't know what was going on, if it was just liking me again or something, but it was moving. The last time I looked, I went out there, and it was still walking around, so before I came down to the show. So we'll see what happens. I don't want none of my chickens to die. Wood chipper for pedophiles. I like that, John T. The wood chipper for pedophiles. That's a good one. I got kicked out, Shell. I was watching Vic's show, the Rebel Chicks for the Cause, right before I started, and I got booted out. I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, blank. I went back to the main screen of Wimpkin. Don't know what happened. All right, what else we got here, guys? We got anything else? Okay, let's get into some videos, because the first few videos I got here are serious videos, but I wanted to end last night on some funny stuff, which we will again tonight. Scratchy throat, tickle in my throat. But this one,
this is something you shouldn't have. What was
dude, the first three, I think, are Trump. This first one is of some Trump's most famous moments. What the hell is that? Oh, I got a bug. All right, take a look at this. This is pretty good.
This is something you shouldn't have. What was that? Is that a dog? Hillary. It's Hillary.
This is a tough business to run for president.
I know. You're a tough guy, Jeb.
And we need to have a leader that is
real tough.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the presidency.
Let's see. I'm at 42 and you're at 3. So far I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
I don't like mosquitoes. I don't like those mosquitoes. I never did. Okay, speaking of mosquitoes. Hello, Hillary. How are you doing?
That is a perfect Donald Trump right there. Can think right off of his head, and it doesn't skip a beat. You got to love him for that, right? You got to love it. I can't help myself. Now, here we go. This is a coincidence or what? Take a look at this. Between Trump and George Washington.
Did you know George Washington had 4 bullet holes in his coat and never got hit? A native chief said he aimed right at him 17 times and missed every shot. He called Washington the man the Great Spirit protects. 2.5 centuries later, Donald J. Trump walks into a political battlefield. Indictments, raids, smear campaigns, literal bullets. They throw everything they've got. And he's still standing. Washington led a revolution against the British Empire. Trump, he's leading one against the globalist machine, the media cartel, the corrupt elite. One fought with a sword, the other fights with truth, grit, and a Twitter account they had to silence. But legends don't go quietly into the night. They said Washington was crazy, now he's on the money. They say Trump's worse, give it time. Because when history rhymes, it echoes through MAGA patriots. Is Trump protected by the Great Spirit too? God bless America.
Hey, good night, Colin. Thanks for stopping by. All right. Yeah. You like that? I never knew that about George Washington, but that was pretty interesting right there. I think so. All right, let's see. Well, we got one more. Oh, this is another hilarious one with Trump. Take a look.
So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. I'm taking on China on trade. And you know what? We're winning because we're the piggy bank. We're the one that all these countries, including the European Union, wants to rob and takes advantage of. European Union, $200 billion. China, more than $500 billion. Sorry. I was put here by people. I was put here by people to do a great job. And that's what I'm doing.
Absolutely. Just love all these reporters who want to sit there and make lies and stuff up and think they can twist everything and make him look bad. He'll give it right back twice as good as what they can do. Now, just to go off the left, and they want to terrorize women about this SAFE Act that was just passed by the House. Oh, yeah, so they're terrifying women to try to get it stopped in the Senate. It's not going to work. Take a listen.
Yesterday, the House passed the SAFE Act, and many married women, soon-to-be married women, are concerned that the new voter ID requirements may inhibit their access to the polls. What assurances can you give women voters in America to ease their concerns?
Sure. Well, the SAVE Act, as you mentioned, was passed by the House yesterday. This is the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act. I believe I'm getting that correct. And this act is a common sense measure. It would require proof of citizenship for voting in our elections. The Democrats have been fear-mongering about this bill, have been saying that married women, if their name has changed, they didn't change it on their identification, would not be able to vote. That is complete fallacy. There are outline in the bill about how to avoid that. The president very much supports a common sense solution to ensuring that only citizens can engage in our elections. This is critical to improving the integrity of our elections and also the trust that American citizens need to have in our electoral process. So the president supports this bill, and that is a myth that has been proven wrong by the text of this bill. And I believe some of the co-sponsors of the bill have been very vocal in addressing that. And certainly I myself, as a married woman, would not stand before this podium if the president did not support such a common sense measure.
Now, the fact is, remember before when they were bringing up voter IDs, it was because they didn't want it because black people couldn't get one. They couldn't get an ID because they couldn't get to a Kinko's, according to the worst DEI hire ever, KJP. Oh, yeah. They didn't know where a computer was. Oh, yeah, because wasn't that Harris? That was their excuses for not having a law. What, and we all know it, but I'm going to ask you anyways. What is the reason why they don't want ID? I can't either, Shell. I cannot stomach the lies. This is what she said. She cannot stomach the lies and hypocrisy. That's a fact right there. And this is what we get from these Democrats because they work on fear. And that's what these sheep do. They're pathetic. They couldn't spell their name. You're right, Sean. Black people they couldn't drive a car to a Kinko's to get copies. And they don't know what a computer is. So that's what their excuses are. Our town was mostly Democrats. We are finally red. Yesterday, the boys' baseball game, they sang the Star Spangled Banner. Never before. I got goosebumps. That's so cool right there. Good night, all. Taking the pups out for their walk. Good night, Tammy. Thanks for stopping. Because they want to cheat. Exactly, Sean. They want their illegal voters in there so they can cheat. Face said the same thing, Sean. They want their illegal voters in there. They want these illegal criminals that they got in here, the 25 million. They're always projecting the accuse of us of what they're doing. Exactly, Shell. And they're doing it now. So now that the SAFE Act is passed, they're trying to work on, well, we got to find another reason. We can't blame it on blacks all the time. So what are they going to do? Blame it on women, saying, if you change your name to your husband's name, you can't vote. That's a lie. This is what we get with these pathetic Democrats every time you turn around. Excuse me. All right, what's next here? What do we got next? All right, this is what people, the left says that we sit around and we judge people. Aha. Take a listen to this.
What the fuck do you mean we listen and we don't judge? Don't drag my ass into that circle-jerking bullshit. Some of you assholes are just straight up wrong as fuck, and I'm judging the ever-loving shit out of you. You start running your mouth and I'm just supposed to sit there like it ain't the dumbest shit I've ever heard? Fuck no. I'm roasting every fucking word while you dig your own fucking hole. So yeah, I judge. Hard as fuck. With every pissed-off, petty-ass fiber of my don't-give-a-fuck soul. You say stupid shit, I'm calling you out. No fucking filter or hesitation. This ain't fucking therapy. It's real fucking life. And in real life, dumb motherfuckers get their shit wrecked. No warning. No fucking pity party. Don't expect a hug or someone to wipe your fucking tears. I'll be standing there watching you make a complete fucking fool of yourself, not giving a single fuck while you crash and burn. Because some of you fuckers don't need a hug. You need a fucking muzzle and someone to finally tell you how full of shit you really fucking are. I'm that someone. You're fucking welcome. Keep fucking shit up and spread chaos like a boss.
Ta-da! Exactly right. Congress is still afraid of being called names. Weak-ass motherfuckers. Exactly right. I like that one, Shell. That's good right there. Ask any black person if they can get an ID. Exactly right, Sean. And I just don't know how and I've said it before. I don't know how you can't be pissed off if you're a black person because they're telling you don't know. Yeah, I got allergies too, Gab. Yeah, I do. That's what and talking and not drinking and not swallowing. Oh yeah. I hate getting that thing in there. But anyways, yes, I would be mad as hell if I was a black person and sitting there telling me I don't know what a computer is. I can't drive to a Kinko's to make copies of stuff and to get an ID. You don't know where the DMV's at, and they're calling you dumb. How can you not be pissed off and say, well, what the hell are they doing that? They can kiss my ass. They are the party of racism, guys. Don't forget the Democrats started the KKK, and they want to sit there and tell you they didn't. It is a fact. You can look it up. Ta-dum. And you got these guys voting for them because they lie to their faces and they believe it. Half of them, not all of them, because you've got a lot of guys out there to wise up and seeing the truth. If you've got an ounce of brains, you can see it's the truth. Yes, you do, Shell. I know. I carry a medical card, not for me. I'm a, what do I call it? A parental thing. If my son can't make it to there, I can go pick up the pot. I have to show an ID on top of my medical card that I have. But I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, you need that. You need for alcohol, for cigarettes. You need it for everything. You go to the hospital, they're going to ask you for an ID. They got to prove who you are. So this is the Democrats' fear factor that they play constantly. And this is what we put up with every damn day you turn around. Anyone know when the real ID is going to be enforced for flights now, Pat? They were just talking about that yesterday. Unless you have a passport's still good, but they are medical Mary Jane card. That's funny right there. They are enforcing the new real ID. Now, if you want a real ID, all you got to do is go to the DMV when you're getting the picture taken and say, yes, I want a real ID. I'm not getting one. I have a passport. I keep it up to date because we fly out of the country to our vacation spots. So I'm just going to work on with my passport. But yes, you need to get it done because they were just talking about that. I think I read one yesterday too, or today, that she was talking about the real ID going into effect. And that was from, oh, shoot. What's her name? Damn. I can't believe her name. HHS secretary. What's her name? Christy No. Thank you, me. Yeah, she was just talking about that and saying it is in effect. So get your ID. And it was supposed to be in effect years or so, 2 years ago, maybe, or something. But you can still do it with your passport. So if you have your passport, go ahead and still use it. I seen Waters ask black people about it, and they said, most racist thing they've ever heard. Right. How can you not think that? I had to get it or they would revoke my license. What? That's crazy, Sean. Because when I went up there, they didn't even ask me if I wanted a real ID. Some people in line, I just got mine done last October, I think it was. And I just said, here, I need my picture. Never asked me if I wanted a real ID or anything. But I did, like I said, I don't need one because I got a passport. But if you need one, go get it. And enjoy. But like I said, I travel out of the country, so I'll use my passport. All right, what else we got here? We get this judging out of the way. All right, we got Stephen Miller. Oh, yeah. He's on fire, right? Take a look at this.
So you're not intimidated by Adam Schiff and Chuck Schumer because they're talking a big game, not to mention fire marshal.
Well, Adam Schiff is not only a stone cold, hopeless loser, but he is one of the most corrupt, one of the most shameful, one of the most heinous individuals ever to serve in public office in America. And everything he's devoted his life to has been debunked, discredited, and discarded. He literally represents the face of failure. His sole achievement in life was fighting a losing war against Donald Trump, and now President Trump is in the White House, and Adam Schiff is the leader of a dying and dethroned movement. It really is amazing. Think about what the Democrat Party is fighting against. What are they trying to stop President Trump from doing? They're trying to stop him from sending rapists out of the country. They're trying to stop him from making energy affordable for every single American and every single family. They're trying to stop him from ending wars overseas so that we won't have a nuclear winter on this planet. They're trying to stop him from firing bureaucrats who literally do nothing at all but suck up resources and money. And of course, they're trying to make him have troops that are men in dresses pretending to be women. Oh, and of course, men in women's sports and men and women's private spaces. That's the agenda of the Democrat Party. Kill the golden age, make everyone crazy, suck all the joy and all the happiness out of our lives, and let a bunch of illegal alien rapists and criminals have their way with the country. That's literally the agenda of the Democrat Party, Jess.
And that is a fact. But it's okay when they're fighting against all these tariffs and everything, right? But as long as it's good for them and not for us. Take a listen a little bit of Chuck Schumer's mouth.
The bottom line is very simple, Mr. President. The Chinese have enjoyed a huge trade surplus with the United States, as this chart shows. Every year, it gets larger and larger and larger. Much of that trade surplus is because the Chinese don't play fair. They don't let our goods into their country. I can tell you company after company in New York who cannot sell goods in China or can only sell the goods under certain conditions that make it impossible for them to sell them. Trump's tariffs are driving New York into a recession. Who knows there's real trouble ahead. Everything they're doing is very bad. Very, very bad. That's the only thing we do know. That things are very, very bad. And it's going to be worse for New York City and its suburbs.
See that? It's a fact. And we could play these all day long, guys. It's okay for them. It's okay to to deport immigrants. It's okay to build a wall. It's for the Democrats. It's always okay, unless a Republican wants to do it. Then it's not good. Nothing's ever good. But listen to Gorka and what he talks about, and this is another one that you're going to love. Take a listen.
Washington Post reported that the freeze on U.S. foreign assistance in Africa, are you concerned about them at all?
Is that the same Washington Post that propagated the Russia collusion hoax for the last 8 years?
Well, regardless of the Russia...
No, not regardless. You're quoting the Washington Post to me. I really couldn't care less what the Washington Post or the New York Times says, especially when it's anonymous government officials. If it's true, put your name to it. If it's not, shut up.
Yeah, right there. Everybody's speaking on anonymity, and you can't put your name to it. You're afraid of it. Get the hell out of here. God bless this nation with voting for Trump. Take a look.
Having a rough day? Do you find yourself acting irrationally? Do you get mistaken as a hyena when you laugh? Or do word salads occur frequently? Now there's help. Introducing Trumpanol. Trumpanol is designed specifically for those suffering with Trump derangement syndrome. Don't allow TDS to control your life anymore. Trumpanol is fast-acting, delivering relief from the stress of campaign season. Side effects may include registering as a Republican or voting for Donald Trump. Consult with your doctor before taking Trumpanol.
Tell me that wasn't funny right there. And I should have played it after this one. Hey, John M. Hi there. I didn't say hi to you. All right. This one makes me smile. And I hope something ever exactly happens. She needs Betty Ford. That's funny, Sean. Something needs to happen to this, and I hope it really does. Take a look.
I'm calling for the subpoenas to be issued to Judge Merchant's daughter's company, who made $15+ million from the illicit information pouring out of her father's courtroom. I want to know the bank records, because money doesn't lie. Yep. I want to know how deep it is and how much of it went to the family and how much of it is going to the family after this false conviction. And then we need to investigate the FEC actual violations that this judge and his family conducted, because he should never have been overseeing this trial to begin with, because of the illicit campaign money that was flowing through there, and the unconstitutional due process violations are only the beginning. So America is calling for accountability of our judicial system, and Congress is the only lever that has it, and I'm hoping for one or two brave members of Congress that I'm talking to issue those subpoenas ASAP.
This is what I'm talking about, guys. I would even take him being arrested or her being arrested for a start. And then let's work our way up. Let's start seeing some arrest happening. That would be a great way to start. Let Titty James get arrested. I'd love to have that too. Any of them. In Maryland, the weed cards you pay for yearly. I do too. Don't get charged tax. No card you pay tax. Weed is legal. Only medical weed is legal in Pennsylvania, Sean. So you still got to keep if you're medically cleared for it. And I have to pay, they don't pay nothing, but I pay $50 a year to keep mine. I'm not doing it this year. So, all right, we know we can't go without Jeff Dunham, right, guys? And we got Jeff Dunham. Oh, meet the worst superhero Jeff Dunham has. Oh, yeah, this is funny.
So, Melvin, you can fly and you have X-ray vision. Yes, those are the two same powers as Superman. Yes. Can you stop a speeding bullet? Once. Shut up. It hurts like hell. Can you leap tall buildings in a single bound? Why the hell would I do that? There's not a lot of call for that. Superman does that. Show off. He could avoid all the fuss and just walk around the effing thing. I can't curse. I think the president should. The president? Yeah, think about it. We've had the A-bomb, we've had the H-bomb, now it's time for him to drop the F-bomb. We could go, hey terrorist, F you! So how about this? Like Superman, do you change clothes in a phone booth?
What?
Superman does that too. He's got a lot of issues, doesn't he? You know, my wife met Lois Lane once. Really? Yes, he said she acted like an H-O-R-E.
You mean a W-H-O-R-E?
What's a whore? Is that like a Klingon?
So you're married?
Yes.
Does your wife have any powers?
Yes, really. Aha.
Like what?
Well, once a month, she becomes evil. And I cannot defeat her. Our children run in terror. Our big dog cowers under the couch.
You have a big dog?
Actually, I borrowed your chihuahua.
You know, Superman has a dog.
Yeah.
Crypto.
Yeah.
He has all the same powers as Superman.
That's ridiculous.
Why?
If Crypto sniffs your crotch, it'll suck your lungs out your ass. If he humps your leg, you'll be in traction for a year.
Do you have an arch enemy?
Pinocchio.
You have a weakness?
Cupcakes. And porn. Well, not at the same time.
That one's funny right there. That's one you don't see very often in this show. So that's why I had to show you that guy one today, guys. All right, I'm going to give you one here of Charlie Kirk. And I think this is a man. You let me know.
Again, I get asked by Democrats all the time, Charlie, why did we lose the election?
Oh,
thank you.
Okay, all right.
Because we don't dress up in dresses and go to events like this.
I feel okay. Now I think you're just a liar. You
Thank
said
you.
you liked my dress.
Oh, that's a good question, actually. That's a great question. But I don't care.
Need I say more about the Democrats and their followers, their sheep? I don't need to say anything else. It's the proof is in the pudding, guys. You can't make this stuff up. We see this every day. We see the mental illness running rampant in our country. We see the corruption from the Democrats every single day we wake up. It's why I have so much great content to put out, because the Democrats make it so easy. Hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, share, whatever the case may be, wherever you're tuning in from. You guys are awesome. I love having you guys in chat on both sides. We got Getter happening. We got Wimpkin happening. We have great people in there. And yeah, I couldn't ask for a bunch of better people. Thank you for tuning in tonight, guys. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for another great show. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to get down here and as early as I can. I'm tired again, but I feel a little better than yesterday. So I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'm going to leave you with this, guys. All right, Patriots, we have shown a light on the Democrats' endemic corruption, celebrated the pushback against woke and indoctrination, and a plot of the enforcement of our immigration laws. We reaffirmed our commitment to the nations governed by the rule of law and fiscal responsibilities. So let tonight's discussion fuel your determination. Let it strengthen your resolve to demand accountability from our leaders and to champion the principles that will restore integrity to our institutions. Remember, our vigilance and our voices are the most powerful weapons we have in the fight for the soul of America. The battle for our nation's future continues, and your engagement is crucial. Join us again tomorrow night right here for another powerful episode of the Conservative Viewpoint. I'll be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m., ready to discuss and dissect the days of events, challenge the narratives, and stand firm in our conservative principles. So until then, guys, stay strong, stay informed, and God bless the United States of America. I'll see you back here tomorrow night, live, 9 p.m., right after the Rebel Chicks with a Cause at 7 p.m. So until then, guys, have a great rest of your evening. I will see you back here live tomorrow.